Meghan Markle here.
Today is October 2nd, 2025. It is 2:40 p.m. Alright, so let's get to it. First tweet. Alright, do I have this? Let me pause because let me open. You know what? Let's leave that alone. Let's open a new tab because I might go back to the Oprah interview that make reference to the Meghan made Kate cry. Alright, first tweet. There are 3 things keeping the British royal family afloat right now. 1. Abolishment will be logistically very difficult. 2. William is Diana's son. 3. Lizzie's ghost. There are 3 things keeping the British royal family afloat right now. Okay, so it's making them difficult for them to get rid of them. So definitely this one. And the thing is that, but I hate to say this, but William keep on showing himself. It's like he's walking toward the fire, and some people are not men in gray suit. It seems like men in gray suit is like directing him toward the fire. But other things, let's say, I don't want to put Harry's name on that, but some people are putting out the fire for him, but he keeps on walking toward the fire. Same thing with Andrew. They keep on keeping him out of trouble, even though they pay for his things with Virginia Godfrey. What else? Other things. Did they remove his they didn't remove his title, but they claim they removed his security. But whatever, they keep on clearing things for them, but they keep walking through the gutter. So I don't know. It seems like many of them need to experience certain things in order for them to understand it. All right, so I just read these 3. William is this. Oh, another thing regarding William is Diana's son. One of the things that I've said, if he had kept the pact that him and Harry made as brothers to not deal with the tabloid, oh my goodness, they would have been so freaking powerful over there. People will love them. As long as you have the people behind you, you have nothing to worry about. Yes, the tabloid will write nonsense, many other things, but if you keep on showing up, do good like Harry be saying, and show some sort of a sentiment that you care like Harry does, but you show it and you don't play along with the tabloid that pretty much diminish your mother, I think Harry and William would have been so freaking powerful. But right now, Harry is carrying the load on his own. Okay, William is disappearing figuratively and literally before our eyes. And from some of the things that I read on my earlier recording, what is it? Harry's lawyer sort of made reference to William's his, was it 21's birthday? One of the parties he threw when he was younger, when they dressed like African and things like that. So there might have been some sort of phone hacking during that time. So they made reference. Harry's lawyer made reference to it in court. So there might be something that eating him up. William, that is. All right. God knows what Elizabeth and Phil did to protect their favorite son. That's this one. Charles is probably feeling very pinched. I don't know. Well, let's just say he got what he wanted, which is he got that horse next to him. And then they're not talking about Diana. But the only thing, he still got some publicity. Some people still like him. So the kind of adoration he was looking for, he's not getting it. Okay, so I'm done with the caption, and she retweeted that Platel King Charles made a dire mistake by accepting the scandal-ridden York celebrity. Yorks. What scandal? What is that? Andrew staying with Epstein. The Queen took that, take care of that. Anything else that's extra? Well, with the exception when Trump went to the UK and Charles allowed Trump to stay in one of the castles. So I don't know if that's, I'm not sure what this is making reference to. Since September 24, we are October 2nd. Let's see here. That and this is what I meant when I first used the word leftover, left behind royal family. I have seen other people calling them that now, and then even do these people then say it out loud. It looks like that is what they were thinking. We are stuck with the leftover, left behind royal family now. There's some misspelling, but for some reason I'm able to catch it right away. 2, the only thing keeping the leftover, left behind royal family afloat is the nasty British media and newspapers, because let's face it, without them, that ship would have sunk a while ago, and especially when the late Queen passed. What was I thinking about that? There's some people starting to see the light. Based on, I don't live in the UK, but some of the clips, there might be more in favor of than less. But some of the clips that I've seen, some people share on X that, like I said, Jeremy Vine, some callers be calling. I'm hearing more toward getting rid of the institution. So I'm not sure if there are others who call in favor of. But lately I've been seeing more to abolish it, or against the monarchy, or at least against the narrative that they're trying to force feed the public. They look so stale. What comes to mind was of a bygone era, and before anyone says they were honoring history, I thought it was to celebrate history. Okay, I'm not sure what this is mean, but whatever's here, bottom up. Abolition will come over many years of reducing and minimizing the crown. Renegotiating the duchy will be a great start. Agree on number 1 as the driving factor. Why don't we look to how the French got rid of their monarchy? I don't know. Actually, her profile picture literally... If you know how the French got rid of theirs, okay? So the way her profile picture is how I'm seeing myself reading this. They are all scandalous except for the Sussexes. We can't afford to is the usual excuse for cutting the NFL or schools or housing. Why not apply austerity to the royal family? They should simply just go. I don't know. If they learn from history, if they make a deal, I think once things starting to get really close, they should make a deal. Make a deal with the public or with the government, because if the people start chasing you out, no matter what it is that they're putting to stop the people, it's not gonna work. The thing I didn't say when I first originally recording it is that once the people start chasing you, and you have to run, where are you gonna stay? Are you sure that other countries will accept you? Because right now, the way the royal family is being seen around the world, people are not liking it. So you have to be very careful. So if they make a deal with the government or the people in general, reduce your power, and stop taking the taxpayers' money, and find a way where you could be at peace. Because once they start chasing you out, you running, where are you gonna go? And it's not guaranteed your safety will be safe in another country, because people around the world know some of the things that they've been doing. All right. but look into the finances and willing back their money making for personal gain is another option. The Windsors are a sorry bunch. Practically, everything this man does is a grave mistake, starting with marrying the side piece. Starting with having carnal relation with such abomination. Well, he started by, I don't know. I really don't know. Like she said, every decision that he made is always the wrong one. Let's go to the next one. 11 minutes already. I spent too much on the first tweet. Okay. Why will comments be closed? Alright, she retweeted that the Telegraph, it seems like the Telegraph closed their comments. Lawyers for Prince Harry dragged his brother into his legal battle with the Daily Mail publisher as they submitted detail of investigators' invoices to the High Court on Wednesday. That's what I was just saying, because I read an article in one of the videos. So, in one of those, I think it's the first one, where I read the article where they mentioned, what's his name? David Sherborne mentioned about, I might have it open. Center Bally. I was talking about Center Bally. Is it this one? William Event. Prince Harry, Prince of Wales. Okay. The Prince and Princess of Wales may have been the target of unlawful information gathering by the Daily Mail's publisher. Lawyer for Prince Harry have told the High Court. Okay, so this is where they mention it. Okay, that's what I was trying to say. I forgot I still have it open. I'll leave the link in the description for you, but I'm not gonna read it again. Okay, I read it in one of my videos. So this is where they're mentioning it in the BBC article. So that's what, not this one. That's what they're making reference to. Prince Harry, private detective spy on William. At the same time, he's helping his brother too, but his brother's doing some shady stuff. But William already knew this and accepted £1 million from NGN. Maybe that's why he mentioned it. Because they're going to try to say, I'm just assuming, I'm not a lawyer. If the other side, NGN, is saying that, it's irrelevant, they don't know anything about this, they don't know this, they don't know that, and Harry's saying, they spy on my brother, and Harry already knew the brother already settled. So why did you settle if you knew you then, phone hack his phone, Harry's phone? Okay, this is the thing I think they're going by. Because they will always downplay, the paper will always downplay their guilt. They're going, we didn't do this, we didn't do that. But if you settle with his brother, why did you settle if you didn't do anything? Okay, and they know Harry's not playing. Harry's going to go all the way. Okay, let's see. But William already knew this and accepted £1 million from NGN. They can stand on business. That's an ad because they are lying. So maybe Daily Fair had paid Willie Leaks already in the past without public knowledge. Hush-hush money like he received from Rupert Murdoch. Drag his brother in. Harry told it was. He has evidence the Prince and Princess of Wales phone were hacked. Okay, so that's that. Should I go into that? Let's see what the Telegraph says here. I'm not going to read it. Okay, so they blacked the comment. I forgot. That's what the caption did say. All right, let's go to the next one. Recorded, not recorded, Center Bally, recorded. Let's go back. I don't want to skip anything. 83. Okay, so I'm going to go to the O interview. I believe this is what I have next. So I'm going to play it because I think the next few tweets is going to make reference to that. Or, you know what? I'll come back to this. I'm going to reverse it. If I have anything to say about the next tweet, then I'll come back to that. All right, let's put this. All right, so there's this here. At Zendy Sussex, Kate Middleton could have issued a correction that it was Hannah Martin's talented hands that did her makeup on her wedding day instead of her. There's a link here of CBS. Just like she could have corrected the report that Kate made Meghan cry and not the other way around. Okay, so let's read these. Kate Middleton did her own. Okay, so that's what they wrote in 2011. Kate Middleton did her own wedding makeup. So CBS News. Okay, CBS, most brides would prefer to have their makeup done by a professional on their wedding day, but this wasn't the case for Kate Middleton. Middleton reportedly did her own makeup for her wedding to Prince William earlier today. And if you look at what's happening in the US, okay, CBS, there's more behind this in terms of with Trump. They settled with Trump and all of that. Okay, I have some videos that sort of explain it, and there's someone in one of my comment sections sort of explain it as well. But I was looking at that time when I mentioned about the settlement with Trump, I was thinking of something else, another branch. But when you look at what's happening in the US right now with the medias, you see people, every company's medias are caving in, bending the knee without fighting. You could see the connection sort of being much clearer now in a way. All right.
Trump is using the federal government to wage a war on free speech.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Yes, that's a government official threatening to trample on the First Amendment like a mob boss, the very definition of tyranny. How are some of America's largest media companies responding? By helping Trump get away with it. Disney, which owns ABC, caved to pressure and suspended Jimmy Kimmel after he criticized Trump's actions following the assassination of Charlie Kirk. This isn't the first time dissent has been silenced under this regime. Trump has cracked down on universities and abducted student protesters. He sued the New York Times and Wall Street Journal over reporting he didn't like. And he cut off funding for public broadcasting because he thought it was biased against him. But why was Disney, one of the most powerful corporations in the world, so quick to surrender? Follow the money. Disney needs Trump's approval for a merger with the streaming network Fubo. Major ABC affiliate station owners Nexstar and Sinclair, that first threatened to drop Kimmel and force Disney's hand, are also seeking merger approval and industry deregulation to require sign-off from Trump's FCC. The same can be said of Paramount, owner of CBS, which only recently got the FCC's green light for its multi-billion-dollar merger with Skydance after settling a frivolous lawsuit with Trump. To ensure that deal, Paramount fired Stephen Colbert, and CBS News hired a Trump loyalist to oversee supposed bias at the network. Now, Skydance, which is controlled by the family of billionaire Trump backer Larry Ellison, is eyeing an acquisition. Warner Brothers, owner of CNN. And Trump is helping to broker another deal for Ellison's big tech company, Oracle, to become a major owner of TikTok. What will Trump require in return? At a time in history when the most influential media institutions and leaders in the United States need to stand up for free speech and decency, they're leading the charge in the opposite direction, either to line their own pockets or avoid Trump's wrath. They're treating the erosion of our fundamental rights as a simple cost of doing business. That includes Jeff Bezos' Washington Post, which reshaped its editorial and opinion column standards, seeming to align with Trump. And it includes CEOs of major social media platforms that are publicly fawning over him.
Mark, would you like to say a few words about the company?
Well, thanks for hosting us, and this is quite a group to get together.
These billionaires and corporations think they can have a symbiotic partnership with Trump.
We look forward to working together, and thanks for your leadership.
It's incredible to be among everyone here, particularly you and the First Lady.
Thank you so much for enabling this.
But the lesson of history is tyrants can never be appeased. What will stop Trump from continuing to demand more and more concessions, or from silencing anyone else who questions him?
They give me only bad publicity or press. I mean, they're getting a license. I would think maybe their license should be taken away.
The media has a responsibility to serve as a check on tyranny, not appease it. That's why we must boycott Disney and all its subsidiaries, like Hulu, and any media corporation that surrenders to Trump. Also, pledge to support independent and local media. That could be your locally owned newspaper, your NPR or PBS affiliate that just had its funding cut, or an independent, small donor-funded news organization. If you have one that you support, post it in the comments. Now more than ever, we need independent, fearless voices that will defend our constitutional right to free speech. Our democracy depends on it.
The whole point of me sharing that clip with you was in a way to explain to you how the UK's type of tactic with the press was already being implemented in the US. When you look at this article, the CBS News article, dated back when Kate was just got married, all right, the lies about Kate and William was already being implemented in the US to make you believe certain things, certain way about the institution, about the future queen or future king or something like that. And this is why I keep on saying, when Harry and Meghan got married, I saw the parallel, that triangle. As we get closer, we, as things start evolving, new information pointing out, and the way they were treating Harry and Meghan, it's like a triangle where two sides were going to meet somewhere at the peak. All right? So now we are here. We're seeing the same tactic that been happening in the UK is happening in the US. So they've been at it for a very long time. It's just that they're creating, manufacturing issues, unnecessary nonsense, so they could give you a reason why they're doing certain things. Okay, so that was the whole point for doing all of that, sharing that clip with you. So let's get back to the original recording. Let's see here. I read this already. Middleton reportedly did her own makeup for her wedding to Prince William earlier today. April 29, that's when they did that. According to People, Middleton, 29, took several private lessons with London makeup artist Archewell Preston in the days before the wedding. Quote, she had about 3 or 4 lessons with Kate at her private flat in Chelsea and has also gone very privately to Climax house. Wedding planner Mark Neomerco told the magazine, adding that Middleton is comfortable and confident in doing it herself. For the grand occasion, Middleton, who wore a lace and satin wedding gown designed by Alexandra McQueen, Sarah Burton, created a soft smoky eye and peach hued cheeks. She completed her looks with a pale pink lips. Bobby Brown, okay, I have a video of her correcting this lie. Daily Mail, I'm telling you, Daily Mail, they love messy. Celebrity makeup artist Bobby Brown revealed sweet note she received from the Princess of Wales after her wedding. Maybe I'll put the video here. Okay, talking in an episode of Breaking Beauty alongside podcast hosts Colleen Higgins and Jill Dunn, Bobby explained, quote, I did not do her makeup. I wish I did. It was one of my artists, Hannah Martin, who's become quite a sensation in the UK. And after the event, she received a special note from one of Kate's employees expressing the royals' appreciation for Bobby's product. She said, quote, I did get a note though that I have hanging now in my office, not from Kate, but from the person that wrote her letter saying how much she appreciated the makeup. Co-host Jill went on to ask Bobby about the rumor of Kate doing her wedding day makeup, but at the time in the press, we were led to believe that she had done her own makeup. Bobby explained that it was Hannah's work, continuing, no, Hannah did her makeup. Hannah did give me some information that I should set my alarm and watch. And we were texting back and forth, and she's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay, Kate Middleton comfortable and confident about doing her own makeup. So that's another one back in 2011. Part of the whole protocol of learning to be royal is learning her, say, wedding planner, Mark Neomerco. My goodness. Why is this keep on going? Okay, so I read some of these. You could pause and read. What I think is happening here, until someone from the other side come out and tell the truth, Kate will remain, she will shut her mouth.
One of the reasons Catherine is so popular amongst certain demographics, and I'm going to say older people and men, is because she says absolutely nothing. Yeah. She's a good little girl who keeps quiet and doesn't complain, doesn't do anything, doesn't rock the boat, and is a very traditional, old-fashioned, mute woman.
Okay, as I'm reading this, and that was the same sentiment that I was going by earlier in my recording. Why I put the Oprah interview, where Meghan received a letter apology from Kate, letting Meghan know she's sorry about whatever. But it's the palace, men in gray suit, who love to create drama. It's like the royal family to men in gray suit. This is not to let Kate go scot-free or whatever. Okay, but the perception that the institution lies on. Okay, the royal family is like a movie. Okay, what's that movie with Jim Carrey? I forgot the name of that movie. Just look on the screen. If I remember, when I'm editing, I'll put it. Okay, each members of the royal family has a role. Men in gray suit assume each of the members of the royal family, they crafted a role for each one of them. And then when they saying nonsense to the tabloid, it goes based on how men in gray suit portray each member of the royal family. Meanwhile, okay, remember, it doesn't affect men in gray suit. They have their own private life. It doesn't affect them at all. But the royal family, it's playing in real life to them. So when something like that, let's say the tabloid wrote about Meghan made Kate cry, and Meghan then understand how the system over there works, okay? And then when she tried to get help or whatever, they keep on pushing her to the lion den and say, you know, they don't want her to get mental help or anything like that, but they keep on pushing her, and then they're creating a script about her. Meanwhile, mentally is affecting Meghan. Okay? To the men in gray suit is an act for them. Every member of the royal family is an actor to them, to men in gray suit, and then the papers is just writing nonsense. Do you understand what I mean? So it is up to the royal individual, like Kate has done. I'm telling you, some of the things that I'm saying about Kate, this is what her fans should be saying. This is what her fans should be saying, not me, because I'm not her fan, and I think she could have done more. But at the same time, I understand the level of the institution. But then again, her family, they grew up in the freaking country. They should have known. But the family is playing along with it, so that scratch throw that idea out where she should have known. But anyway, let's get back to what I'm trying to say here. When something happened, and she will take it upon herself to go directly behind the back of men in gray suit, I think, to say what needs to be said to the person, like she did with Meghan. And I think Meghan have understand and accepted it, and that's why in this video, when I played, Meghan did not drag it too long with Oprah. She was like, we already settled it. She gave me a flower. She apologized. That's it. Okay? But Oprah sort of wanted Meghan to say more. Let's play it.
Make Kate cry.
No.
So where did that come from? Was there a situation where she might have cried or she could have cried?
No, the reverse happened. And I don't say that to be disparaging to anyone, because it was a really hard week of the wedding and she was upset about something, but she owned it and she apologized and she brought me flowers and a note apologizing, and she did what I would do if I knew that I hurt someone, right? To just take accountability for it. What was shocking was...
That's the compassion that Meghan is giving Kate about that situation. Okay?
What was that, 6-7 months after our wedding? That the reverse of that would be out in the world?
The story came out 6-7.
And this is how the palace usually do things. All right? They start with a narrative today. Okay? Let's say, for instance, the Meghan is a bully type of thing. Okay? And you think you're done with that problem? Okay? There's the report that came out, but they don't want to make it public. and you think, okay, the report come out, it's done with, they didn't accuse you of anything, and you're done with it. It's out of your mind. Okay? You're not in trouble, you didn't do anything, you're moving on with your life. Bam. Today, out of nowhere, Meghan Graceful decided to revive that bullying allegation again. And then it's another nonsense that's out there. So this is why I keep on saying regarding the bullying allegation, they should make it public so it will be in the public domain. Some people say, just leave it alone. But Meghan Graceful, they don't play like that. They do not play like, they never let anything go. So if people, while all key players are alive, where they could defend and accuse or whatever while they can, so make the thing public so people will move on. The same way Harry wrote his book, Spare, people are still, well, I don't know if they're still talking about it to the extent where, I don't know, if they have an issue with something that Harry said in the book, guess what? Harry is still alive. They could call him to court and clear some things off. Clear some things up. Okay, this is what I mean about the bullying thing. And the Meghan made Kate cry and things like that. So Meghan cleared that up, okay? And regarding the makeup thing, I really think it's Meghan Graceful who scripted it. That's the script they were going by, where she's down to earth. She's this noble person. I don't know if this is the way they see her. She's down to earth, but things starting to crack up, okay? The script that they're writing for Kate, it's not aligned with reality. She can even flip a pancake. So let's continue.
7 months after it actually happened.
Yeah.
So when you say...
I would have never wanted that to come out about her, ever, even though it had happened. I protected that from ever being out in the world.
So when you say the reverse happened, explain to us what you mean by that.
A few days before the wedding, she was upset about something pertaining to, yes, the issue was correct, about flower girl dresses.
Okay, that I'm gonna have to blame. She's being, not Meghan, Kate. It wasn't her wedding to be all upset about things. If you didn't want your kid to wear certain things or whatever, you could easily say, I don't want my kid to be part of it. That's it. But you cannot dictate to the bride how she should run her wedding. That I'm upset about it. Okay, but let's continue. Meghan is very patient. She knows how to deal with people, but my goodness.
And it made me cry. And it really hurt my feelings. And I thought, in the context of everything else that was going on in those days leading to the wedding, that it didn't make sense to not be just doing what everyone else was doing, which was trying to be supportive, knowing what was going on with my dad and whatnot.
This was a really big story at the time, that you made Kate cry. Now you're saying you didn't make Kate cry, Kate made you cry. So we all want to know, what would make you cry? What were you going through? You were going through all of the anxiety that brides go through putting their wedding together, and going through all of the issues with your father. Was he coming? Was he not coming? And there was a confrontation over the dresses.
There wasn't a confrontation, and I actually think I don't think it's fair to her to get into the details of that, because she apologized.
Okay. And so that's where it's already done. I'm not going to push it any further. That's it. Let me move it back. It's almost done.
To get into the details of that, because she apologized.
Okay.
And I've forgiven her, right?
Okay. So I think Kate have gone and apologized to Meghan about the situation, but Meghan Graceful drag it on. And this is what I mean also, another situation that happened when the two brothers, were having some disagreement. What was the issue where I said Kate should have stayed out of it? Maybe she did. I don't know. Maybe she did. And said, look, I'm out. Don't get me involved, because the way Harry had received her as the new member of the family, holding doors for her, calling the brother to come and hold umbrella for her, and during the wedding, he's fixing her veil and things like that. So this is why when I used to send some old videos where she should have stayed out of it, just said between the brothers. Because the other brother, William, wants people, it seems like he wants people to take side. Whose side are you on? So obviously she's married to the other brother. That's the side she should be on. But to come and help the husband to target the brother's wife, this is where you should stay out of it and say, I'm not part of this. Your brother did this to me when I first come up and be member of the royal family. Don't get me involved. And it persist, and then you could tell. And if, for instance, the husband, Toby, tell the wife, don't talk to Meghan, that would be fine. But during certain engagement, sneak it in a way to tell Meghan, look, I cannot talk to you. This is what's happening. And I think Meghan would have understand. All right? But anyway, that's that. Let me read some of these. Did I read this? According to people, yeah, I read that. You could pause and read it again, just in case. Yeah, I did read it. Right. At Zandy. Here's the People article also. There's that. The link of it said the same thing about the engagement photo also. I love it. So that's the same thing. You could, I think I read all of that. Okay. Usually when they put the thing out, their narrative out, they just run with it. They copy each other. Okay. Instead, she basks in the attention, knowing full well it wasn't true. What an evil witch. This is how some squaddies might come after me on this. Because the institution is such, like Heavy said, a powerful force.
But the media is a powerful force.
And once they create a narrative for the members of the royal family, it's really hard for them to fight it. And if you fight it...
And the media, the Daily Mail and the Telegraph in particular, fed those lines.
Well,
drip.
It's
not history because, for instance, if you take the media on, as Dawn will know, you never win. If you never win, but the media will always be at war with you, and the Daily Mail does everything drip, poison.
Look how they're treating Harry. Kate Middleton is a chronic liar. She also takes credit for things she did not do if she thinks it will make her look good. Unless if she come out and say something, but I don't know. Katie is evil. I'm not gonna go with that, but I'm just reading. There is a reason they are called makeup artists. That's a dirty thing to do to anyone. There's some who's really good at their job, but they didn't give the makeup artists any credit. There is okay, I just read that. What's the matter with these people? Last Man in Grey Suit is the script that they're writing about her, and then she's the actor, and like the presenter said, Kate says absolutely nothing.
Because she says absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
She's a good little girl who keeps quiet and doesn't complain, doesn't do anything, doesn't rock the boat, and is a very traditional, old-fashioned, mute woman.
All right, she's a good little girl. She doesn't rock the boat, and that's what's happening, I think. Oh my God, you guys go. Stop watching. You guys gonna think I'm her fan, but I'm not. But that's the way that I see the institution is operating. What's the matter with these people? That's Men in Grey Suit. In my view, okay. Wait, Didi, she stalk. I think that's what stalk her, knowing Meghan was. What the hell is that? Is it using same product, even adverts? We know that some of the people are copying her or copying Meghan, so there's that also. But 2011, Meghan was nowhere near the periphery. So this, I don't know if she's making reference during the wedding, but Kate's wedding, so that's out the window. I hope many people see what kind of a heart we are dealing with, ruthless. That's Men in Grey Suit. Even though I'm not saying that Kate is innocent and all of that, but it's Men in Grey Suit that creating this narrative. You see how the royal rats go along with everything. And you see once the royal rats, let's say, I haven't come across Omid Scobie. They did not like Omid Scobie because Omid Scobie did not go along with their script. With once the palace throw the script out for the royal rats, and then each one of them go and spread the lies in each of their respective ways, but technically the same objective. But Omid Scobie did not go along with them. And he used, there's a thing he said, I don't have the video, where he said they used to come after him when he put his piece out first, and they will, come after him as if Omid Scobie is like a mouthpiece for the Sussexes. That's how they used to call him. And then he's like, I'm just a journalist. I'm just doing my job. And they all were in the same room as Omid Scobie. But yet, when Omid Scobie tell his truth, his perspective, because he's telling the truth and he's not going by the narrative that the palace told him, he's going based on what he heard, he saw, and things like that. They hate him for it. So Omid used to say after that, he just wait until the others put theirs out first, and then he put his out. I haven't come across Omid Scobie quite some time. I hope he's doing okay. She's such a low life. Hannah Morton did Kate Middleton's makeup on her wedding day when she married Prince William. Kate processed to lie that she did her own makeup. Kate is a non-liar. Kate Middleton has no credibility. She lies all the time. She even lied that she has cancer. I even told you with the the kids, the Mother Day picture that came out, they blame it all on her. I told you when it first came out, they leave. I'll show you the screenshot that I have. They were giving William credit for it. Oh, look, as if this is the father who's taking picture of the family for Mother's Day. And then the squad, I gotta give it to the squad with the eyes. When the squad start analyzing the picture, and one or two squaddies start saying, wait a second, this doesn't look correct. Why this? Why that? Oh, he wore this at certain day. I'm telling you, there's some squad who are freaking perfection. It was the squad who started analyzing the picture. And before you know it, if you are on Twitter, you will start seeing, I'm telling you, it was like an image in front of me, as if William was doing the moonwalk, backsliding. They were pushing him out of the way. He no longer was the one who took the picture anymore. And then they start pushing it to Kate. Okay, so that's another version of it. You guys could blame Kate for it or whatever, but knowing, if you understand the dynamic of these people, I mean, unless, I don't know, they come out and, well, then again, every little thing they lie about, but you could see why Kate is just shutting her mouth, and then Men in Greysuit is just running their mouth and create a script, and when the squad debunk their lies, and they blame it on somebody else. The royal family, the blood royal family, will always be perfect. They never do anything wrong. They're the best thing that ever happened to the UK. Not, okay? That's just a sarcasm. But everybody else, anyone who marry into the royal family, they'll blame everything on you. Alright? I'm telling you, it seems like this video is gonna be like a pro Kate thing, but this is the way the institution work. Okay, 14 years later, and the truth shall set you free. Wait, Kate didn't correct a lie for 14 years. There's a thinking face here. There's a pattern about the future queen. There's that. And probably this is what the royal Men in Greysuit wants to happen. Okay? For us to start those negativity, because I don't think William wants to stay. So once there is a backlash, oh, she's a liar, she's this. Meanwhile, the royal family, the blood royal family, have been lying for decades. All right? So this is the video that has Bobby Brown explaining it. Let's pause. Kate Middleton DIY wedding makeup story was a myth. Bobby Brown revealed artist Hannah Morton did the look, not Kate. 14 years, the palace let the lie build her relatable image. Protection Meghan Sussex never got. A minute and 34 seconds. Let's play it again. This a screenshot of back then. Let's see if I could read it. The first time I saw it, I didn't even bother reading it. The Duchess of Cambridge continued the natural feel of her wedding day look by insisting on doing her own makeup for the grand occasion. Okay, these are the papers who's writing it. I don't know. Let's see.
And when I tell you that my jaw dropped when you talked about the royal wedding in your book.
Right.
Because the royal wedding of Prince William and Kate Middleton, April 2011, and we knew that she used Boby Brown products, your namesake brand at the time, which
I did not do her makeup.
Right.
I wish I did. It was one of
Right.
my artists.
Right.
Hannah Martin, who's become quite a sensation in the
Yes,
UK.
yes. But at the time in the press, and I think up until right now, we were led to believe that she had done her own makeup.
Right.
So I feel like this was a reveal in your book, a confirmation. Yeah.
So no, Hannah did her makeup.
Yeah.
She did.
Incredible. And
Yeah.
how did that unfold?
You know, I know that Kate was constantly coming into a Boby counter buying some of her favorite things. You know, I think Sandwash Pink was one of them. I don't think it's made anymore, but I remember the color. And Hannah did give me some information that I should set my alarm and watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then she, her and I were texting. I was sitting up. I remember it was like 6 a.m. or
Yes.
something. And we were texting back and forth. And she's like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god." I did get a note though that I guess I have hanging now in my office in Montclair from not from Kate, but from her person that wrote her letter saying how much she appreciated, the makeup.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that, the correction. They've always had to lie for this woman from the get-go to pop her up. Okay, so that I agree. Yet they have to lie about the biracial princess in order to cut her down. They build Kate up with lies. They try to tear down Meghan with lies. But at the end of the day, the truth will always prevail. All right, this person gets it. Okay, everything, the institution is just a lie. Like I said, the royal family is like the stage for the art, for the actresses and actors. And then Men in Grey Suit create a script for each members of the royal family. For Harry, he was supposed to be the drunk, smoking, doing all of this. William supposed to be the perfect thing that ever happened to the royal family or the institution or the UK. And all the others have, Princess Anne, the hardest working of the member of the royal family. The other day, the squad spoke about it. Just cutting ribbon is whatever. But each one of them they have a plot for each one of them, a script. How will they lie so long about something so small? You just know they're lying all the time over big things. All right? LOL, watch her get a call from KP. And the other thing is, maybe it's that kind of a script that kept them so inexistent for so long. Okay? They've been there for thousands of years or whatever, and the lies have worked for them. It's hard for them to change. None of us should be surprised. The woman is a fraud, a failure, who married into, fraud and failure. Okay, I did read this in one of my videos, but this will be the last one. None of us should be surprised. The woman is a fraud and a failure who married another fraud and failure, but we all should be outraged at 1, the work of an artist being appropriated, stolen, 2, the injustice, as we know too well how Meghan was treated, 3, a system that glorifies William and Kate mediocrity, so pass off someone else's work as her own in order to polish her image. Well, this is what pretty much they're displaying. Colonialism, those racists, okay, they take people's ideas and they make it their own. This is an ad. Originally, world media was fed, quote, her friend AP taught her, not made up by British media, plenty of stuff on the internet, Vogue. When Kate Middleton married Prince William in 2011, the Duchess famously did her own makeup for the event with the help of a makeup artist named Arabella Preston. Oh, is that what they say? Maybe she sent flowers and a note as an apology. Maybe she did. I don't know. It's hard knowing what we know now, especially with Harry's side of things, with different branches of his problem. I could understand that. Maybe she's found God and is claiming her conscience to avoid sleepless paranoia like Willie. Lying about something so trivial, you lie about anything. She probably forgot she said it because she got away with it, or at least she thought she did A lie uncorrected will and can pop up when you least expect it. When you least expect it. Is the thing is the confident they give the members of the royal family for men in gray suit to take care of. All right, what is it? Bojo's sister, where she's saying the papers is a form of entertainment. Okay, and look at this. She did say that the U.S. and France, they're not entertainment enough.
And I think it's in all our interests that we have and we got the most wonderful newspapers in the world in this country. You read the newspapers in the States or in France, they're very dull. They're not entertaining at all.
And what is the U.S. is turning into? Okay, I have shown in past videos, couple of years ago, could have been last year and year before, how certain papers are morphing into what we have now. The lies. Majority of Americans don't even know what's going on in France. Majority of Americans don't even know what's going in the next cities because it's just lies after lies after lies. It is up to people who have a platform, okay, to tell the truth. Let's say Too Raw, Too Real, that's one occasionally I watch. Midas Touch, occasionally I watch. I don't pay too much attention with politics lately because it's so grunting. As a matter of fact, you know what, surprise? Side note, my youngest the other day was asking me, oh, is there a government shutdown? He's really into current events, so sometimes I had to make sure those things don't affect them too much. And I was like, yeah, there is. And he started asking me, when there's a shutdown, how does that apply? And I was like, certain people will not get their paycheck. I tried to make it sensational for him, but the thing is that the root of everything that I'm aware of, sometimes I share with you, it's too daunting for me to tell him. When people want to destroy, they don't care. The Republican, they have the House, they have the Senate, they have the White House, and majority of the Supreme Court are MAGAs. They pretty much control everything. If they want to destroy, they will destroy. They don't care. They do not care. They will morph or turn the government into what they want. Now, it is up to the people. Do you want to accept it? Okay? But I didn't tell him all of that. It's too much for a 12, 13-year-old to understand. But the only thing I told him, I said, don't pay too much attention to that. If you don't have anything important to do outside, well, they usually ask me permission before they go outside. Don't hang out because with ice, you know, all of these things. Let's get back to this. All right, Kate Middleton royal wedding makeup rumor debunked after 14 years as Bobby Brown set record straight. The makeup mogul dismissed a long-standing myth about Kate's wedding day style while promoting her new book. All right, so September 30th, 2025. Lie. She fixed herself. Wow. Taking credit for another woman's work is disgusting. There's this, exactly. I guess the men in gray suit, whoever created this script about Kate, was done with it. 14 years, nobody come out and say anything. There's this. Only thing I could add to that is that it's just a mounting of evidence to the public that a negative thing about Kate. So when William is ready to divorce, okay, so they have that as a, I would not say excuse, as part of their thing to add to make William look good, to make the divorce be okay. But technically it's the men in gray suit who create the lie for Kate. Okay, like I've said in the previous recording, it's hard for her to actually correct the lie, but I understand the squad. I swear this channel, it seems like I'm taking her side, but I can't help it. But this is the way that I see it. Anyway, let me not say anymore. Let's get back to the original recording. Like one of the tweets said, a lie is a lie and it will come to light unexpectedly. I don't think they had this in their periphery. All right, to talk about. I remember reading something about she ruined all Harry's relationship since she became the other brother's wife. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yep, all true. She had to be spoken to about interfering in Harry's life and bursting into his bedroom without knocking. She was obsessed with Harry. That, oh my goodness. It's, I guess because she thought she's gonna be queen, she's above Harry? I don't know. What the hell? Walking into somebody's room? Kate Middleton, DIY. Okay, I went into that. I'm not gonna play it again. She's not tearing down another woman. Kate tore down the makeup artist by not giving her credit for her work. Yes, it does matter, 10 years or not. Look at the constant recycle hit pieces on Harry and Meghan. All as time, but yeah, run with it every day nonstop. What's good for one is good for all. Oh, let's pause. This is a bit. Oh, and she hasn't corrected the media who is using chemotherapy when she initially said preventative chemo. That's another lie. This is hers. This is hers to deal with because she keeps on talking. Oh, maybe they're making her do it. Rumor, no doubt, started by the palace. She seems to have a problem on putting stories out there that are later debunked. Funny she never thought it important to correct the record. I'm sure the makeup artist could have used the visibility. That is true. All right. And I'm glad Bobby Brown make that correction. British misogynist racist press media will find a way to blame KKK lie on Meghan. Bobby Brown wrote a book. Is it about the royal family or just about William and Kate? Do you know if it's out already? Well, this is the thing with the Sussex squad. They are everywhere and they read different things. Each of the squad have different interests and they watch different things, different podcasts, you name it. So when something is mentioned that related to the Sussex squad, Harry and Meghan, and the royal family, because the royal family did Harry and Meghan wrong. So that looks bad on the royal family. So the squad brought it out, and it seems like the book is about the royal family when it's not. I didn't read the book, okay? I didn't read Bobby Brown's book, but because the reference of it was a portion of the podcast was making reference about the makeup artists and things like that. So the squad took that part because it relates to the royal family and because the royal family have done Harry and Meghan wrong. So the squad wants to make sure everybody knows what's going on. Okay? So that's why. The book is not about the royal family. I'm pretty sure. It's probably about her work or her life experiences or something like that. That's what I would have assumed. Or maybe about fashion and makeup and things like that. Like I said, I did not read the book. There is no way she's going to write a freaking book about the royal family. It's just a portion of it that she probably made reference to. All right, so let's get back to the original recording. Kate Middleton is a pathological liar who will do or say anything for clickbait. I cannot stand a compulsive liar. You can't possibly trust anything that comes out of their trap again. We should have known that KKK is not resourceful and that she is just another mediocre human being. She is lazy. Next tweet.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.